What is the most astounding fact you can share with us about the universe?
The most astounding fact. We are part of this universe. We are in this universe. But perhaps more important than both of those facts is that the universe is in us.
Everything that you have ever seen or perceived in your entire life has really only been one thing. Every flower in the ground, every human being, including your friends, family, yourself, every living creature, every cloud and sky, every leaf, every drop of rain, and every single breath that you breathe is part of one unified field, illusions of light disguising the micro-reality. This includes the entire universe beyond our Earth too, the stars in the sky, the countless of billions of galaxies, planets, black holes, and meteors. Every moment, every bit of what we call matter, every smile, every thought in all of history, everything in existence, as we know it, is made of one thing: the atom. Hi, my name is Marissa, but you can call me Mars. In the past 2 years, I've come to understand some incredible things about the fabric of our universe. These things have transformed my perspective on life and made me realize the truly beautiful reality of our existence and the potential we possess as humans. Life is so much more than just physical, material, and biological. Most people define our world in these terms, but truly, it is infinitely more complex, miraculous, and incredible than most of us are taught to believe. Quantum physics has allowed us to understand our world in a way like never before. We humans, along with all the other creatures on this earth, are made of energy. By understanding the way our universe truly works, we can transform our society to live happier and more empowered lives as individuals. The first step to understanding the full universe is to understand its most basic part, the atom. A good way to understand the way atoms comprise our universe is by comparing it to a computer or television screen. From afar, the image on the screen seems like one large image, but as you zoom in closer, you find quickly that it is thousands of tiny blocks of light, or pixels, that create the larger image. In the same way, if you zoom into anything in our universe enough, you'll find that it's really just a bunch of atoms. The entirety of our reality, ourselves included, is really just a gigantic unified field of infinite numbers of atoms. The state of such atoms determines what we call matter. For example, solids are made of densely packed atoms, while gases have atoms that are spread out. Atoms are really, really, really small. So small, in fact, that it is physically impossible for human eyes to ever even see them. The average atom is about 1/10 of 1/10000000th of a meter across. For some perspective on how small that actually is, a string of atoms 1 meter across contains as many atoms as there are people in the entire world. And a single sugar cube contains as many atoms as there are stars in the observable universe. The word atom comes from the Greek word for uncuttable or undivided. Greek philosophers reasoned that if they cut something infinitely into smaller and smaller pieces, like an apple, eventually they wouldn't be able to cut anymore. This proved to be mostly true. In the 20th century, we were finally able to confirm the existence of the atom, and it profoundly changed the way science views the world. However, there was still so much to learn. You see, atoms aren't even actually the smallest building blocks of our universe. Atoms themselves are made of subatomic particles, most notably protons, neutrons, and electrons. The center of the atom is the nucleus. This is where the protons and neutrons are located. The number of protons in any nucleus determines what compound the atom becomes. For example, 1 proton means it's a hydrogen atom, 6 protons means it's carbon, and 8 protons means it's an oxygen atom. We call these things elements. You can find them on the periodic table. These elements comprise everything in our universe. Some matter is made of one type of atom, like gold, while other type of matter is made of atoms bonded together to form compounds, like water or H2O. Hydrogen is the most abundant atom in our universe, comprising over 74% of our Milky Way galaxy. Besides the protons and neutrons, the atom also has a third particle, called electrons. If you thought atoms seem small, electrons are unimaginably smaller. A proton is approximately 1,836 times the size of an electron. A universal force known as the electromagnetic force binds together the electron clouds in the nucleus. Another force, known as the strong force, binds together the protons and neutrons in the nucleus. The name strong force is a pretty good one, considering it's 1,038 times stronger than the force of gravity. Electrons are constantly in an orbit-like flight around the nucleus. The pattern in which they travel is so complex that you can never even actually determine where the electron is in space. This movement is what creates the vibratory aspect of atoms and energy. Every single atom is vibrating at a unique frequency, and so everything they comprise, like people and rocks and trees, have their own frequency too. Your frequency is what makes you, you. It's what makes you feel different from everything around you, like the air that you breathe or the ground that you walk on. However, the energy that you use comes from the greater unified field. Atoms are only the tip of the subatomic iceberg. In reality, atoms themselves are made up of even smaller particles, called quarks and leptons. There are 4 different kinds of quarks that determine what an atom becomes: up quark, down quark, strange quark, and charm quark. And there are still so many more subatomic particles. Altogether, these particles make up everything that is. It's all pretty mind-boggling, but there's more. Every single atom is 99.9999999% empty space. So what that means is that 99.9999999% of everything in existence is really just empty space. In fact, if you were to remove all the empty space from the entire Earth, the entire planet and everything in it would be the size of a baseball. So, what does this mean for your life? Well, first of all, it means that no matter what society or anyone else can tell you, we are all equally powerful and equally capable of achieving remarkable feats. Every single human, and in fact, every single creature in this entire universe is 100% equal at their most basic state. No matter how rich or smart or tall or short a person is, no matter where they were born on this planet or what language they speak, they can never ever be different or in any way better than anybody else. More than this, we must question the idea that we are even individuals at all, or at least in the way that we perceive to be. We're traveling through space, this huge field of infinite numbers of atoms, just experiencing what we know is our own personal consciousness. We truly are all one. We are one with the air that we breathe, and the ground that we walk on, and the trees in the ground, and the sun in the sky, and everything above and below us. There's only one. Makes you realize existence is pretty amazing, huh? We ponder at the stars and distant places in our universe, but really, we are made of the same things as those stars and are one and the same with the majesty and beauty of cosmic events. We are just as powerful and majestic and complex and mysterious. We are atoms pondering other atoms. We are atoms gazing upon themselves. We are energy. We are one universe. We may perceive things a certain way because of our limited human senses, but that will never change the fact that most of what we perceive as reality is an illusion. Life and existence is so much more than just waking up and working and consuming and feeling and going to sleep again. It is a beautiful dance through space and exchange of energy with our fellow conscious beings. We are a part of this universe. We are this universe, and this universe is us.